Yo, what's going on, people? It is your boy Hard 8 Times, the truth for YouTube, your favorite commentator's favorite commentator. You dig? You know what's up. Anyway, if you missed my last video, the links is down in the description. Facebook groups, gamer tags, all of that shit is down in the description. Definitely go ahead and check it out. Now, the gamers have spoken. The 3 most liked and disliked things about the PlayStation 4, according to the gamers. Now, after about a month and a half, this is pretty much the top 3 things that people like and dislike about the PlayStation 4. Now, we're going to start with the likes. Now, starting off, you have the controller. The controller is definitely a step up from the PlayStation 3. I have told y'all before, I hated the PS3 controller. It felt cheap. It felt unsturdy. I didn't like the triggers. I just didn't like the PlayStation 3 controller besides the D-pad. Other than that, I really didn't like that shit. You dig? So the PlayStation 4 is definitely a huge step up for me. The controller is bigger. It feels a lot more sturdy. It feels a lot more solid. You know, it seemed like they went with some tougher plastic or whatever like that to, to build the controller. And it just feels light years ahead of the PS3 controller, in my opinion. The analog sticks are a lot more resistant, and I like that. The only bad thing about the controller is the rubber. The rubber is pretty bad on the analog sticks. They tend to wear out pretty fast. So, hopefully they can fix that in the future. If not, you can just buy some grippets or whatever. They're very cheap. Amazon, Walmart, wherever they sell them, get them. Controller will definitely feel a lot better when it comes to the rubber on the analog sticks. Now, another thing that the gamers are liking is the standby mode. I definitely like standby mode. This is a new feature to the PlayStation 4. You can put it in standby mode. That's when you see the orange light on top of the PlayStation rather than the white or the blue or whatever. It's orange when it's in standby mode. And I really like this because while it's in standby mode, you can still charge your controller, and also if you're downloading something, it will still continue to download while it's in standby mode, and it will update games and things like that while it's in standby mode. Now, one of the main features about standby mode is not available yet, but in the future, Sony will add where your game will actually just boot right up coming out of standby mode, like really fast. You know what I'm saying? It will fire up straight out of standby mode very quickly. You could jump right back into a game, pick up where you left off. That feature is coming in the it's coming in the future. So that's definitely something to look forward to if you are a person that likes to use standby mode, might got to run off to do something or whatever like that. Also, gamers are loving the new OS. Now, while the OS is definitely leads ahead of the PlayStation 3, and like I said in my last video, it still has some issues with, speed and things like that and just the performance of it. And hopefully with software updates, patch updates, it will become a lot better. But as of right now, it is still better than the PlayStation 3, which was horrible at multitasking. Even pulling up the XMB on your PS3 while you were in the game, it was just a laggy mess. It was just terrible. But now that all is gone, the PlayStation 4 does multitasking like a beast. While you're playing a game, you can pause, hit the home button, go to the XMB, and you can look at the internet. You can go to the internet browser, friends list. You can do a whole lot of things that you can even go to the store, and everything pretty much moves very smoothly. Very, very smoothly. So this is something that you could not do on the PS3, and it was multitasking was terrible on the PS3. But things are a lot quicker on the PlayStation 4. In the store, the PSN store is a lot faster than it was on PS3. It was fucking terrible. I, in fact, hated the new design. The way the store looks now, when they added that to the PS3, I didn't like it. It just was way too slow. It took forever to load up. It was bad. But it's all well now. It's all well. Still needs some improvement, though. Still needs some improving. So hopefully we'll see that in the future with software updates, because this is, you know, the future. Anyway, moving on to dislikes. 3 dislikes. The gamers have spoken. Downloads. Downloads cannot be paused now. On a PS3, they could be paused. Here's one of the standard features that was on the PS3 that's not on the PlayStation 4, and it makes you scratch your fucking head like, why isn't it? Why? Anyway, you can't pause downloads. You know, sometimes you might want to pause a download. You might want to download something else first, and you want to pause something that you were already downloading so you can download what you need right now. You can't do that. You could do it on a PS3. You cannot do it now. And it fucking sucks. I mean, it may be something that a lot of people don't really, you know, use. It might be a feature that people don't use, but it was definitely important when it was needed. And now you can't do it. I know the other day I was trying to like upload a picture to Facebook, and I couldn't do it because I was downloading something, and I had to like wait. And it was like, damn, if I could just pause this download real fast, upload this picture, it'd be done in 2 seconds. But you know, you can't do that. You can't do that. Another problem with downloads is that it downloads everything at the same time. So you remember, here's something that was on the PS3. If you was downloading something, it downloaded one at a time. If you might have been downloading 3 things at the same time, on the PS3, it downloaded one. Once it was done with that, it went to the next one, and then to the next one. Well, it doesn't do that on the PS4. On the PS4, it downloads everything at the same time. Now, this might not be a problem for you, but people that's in countries where, you know, 20 megabyte lines are the lowest that you can go, this is a huge problem. This is a huge problem, but it might not be a problem with you, but you just don't know how good you have it compared to other countries when it comes to this internet shit. Some of us have it very good. We don't have caps and all of that, and we don't have 20 megabyte lines. So, you know, it might not be a bad thing for you, but there's people around the world that fucking hates it. Another thing that the gamers have spoken, the controller battery life. This could be another bad thing about the controller other than the rubber. The battery life is about 6 to 8 hours. Now, for me, it's not a big deal because I never sit down and play 6 hours straight. You understand? So it's not a big deal for me, but for people that sit down and play games all day, they might find themselves having to plug in that USB cord time and time again. They might have a problem with it. Me personally, I don't. Because I don't play for that long, so my controller never runs out. Like I said, when it's in standby mode, I'm charging it, so my controller is always juiced up. And I really don't have a problem with just plugging in a USB cord. It's not really a big deal. But there's a lot more going on with this controller, and this could be the reason for poor stamina of the PS4 controller. Now, one thing that we're hoping that's going to come in the future is that fucking light bar. Hopefully we can turn it off when it's not being used. You know what I mean? Hopefully we can turn it off when it's not being used. The speaker, I believe, it only be on in a certain amount of games. And, you know, it has a new rumbler mech. So all of this could be the reason why the battery drains out a lot quicker than it did on a PS3. But like I said, it's not really a big deal for me. But I definitely would like to see an update where I can turn off the light bar. I don't see it anyway. You know, so whatever. The third thing that people dislike about the PlayStation 4 is missing OS features. Now, one of the main features, of course, is the USB media playback. Not being able to watch movies off your USB, not supporting 3D playback, kind of sucks. This shit was standard on the PS3, and it also should be standard on the PS4. Now, we know it's coming in the future, but it's still a little bit frustrating that it's not here now. It should be here now. So, we'll have to see what happens, and there's a lot of other features, like you can't change your background on your home page, and you know, this is small shit too, but a lot of people want this. A lot of people want to be able to fucking have their own unique feel to their XMB. You dig? So we'll have to see what happens in the future, but this is the 3 likes and dislikes so far coming from the gamers for the PlayStation 4. So, what do you think? What are your dislikes and likes with the PS4 so far? Let me know down in the comments section. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. And if you're new, subscribe. Anyway, I'm laughing for a reason, but don't worry about it. Anyway, this your boy Hard 8, and I'm out. Deuces.
Hey! Hey! New shoes on the Range Rover, good with mine. Yeah, motherfuckers act like I